Hello everyone, my name is Diane and today I'm going to take you for a mini tour of the Assembly's office. So for those of you who don't know, we are located at In5 Tech and the office is basically where all the magic happens. This is where we brainstorm ideas for workshops. This is where we test them and prepare them just to make sure that they do work for the workshop. And for me, the coolest part is that all our past creations and works can be seen here. And so I'm going to show you them today. Welcome to the most colorful part of the office. In here you can see some of our 3D printed objects, and right over there are the different kinds of 3D printers that we use. This little fellow right here is a dancing robot, and it does just that, it dances for you. So this is another one of our creations. It's called a lithophane, and we actually did a workshop on this during Dubai Design Week. So basically, all you have to do is print your image on a plastic, and then if you shine a light on it, the image becomes more visible. So yeah, our 3D printed objects range from simple designs like the rings that you can see here to more intricate things like the Grand Canyon or a giant bug. On to the next section of the office, we're gonna check out some projects. This is called a color thermin. We exhibited this in GITEX, and using Arduino, it detects your hand motions and lights appear on the board depending on the intensity of that motion. It's a super cool project, and I recommend you check out our Arduino Day video to learn more about it. One of our more popular creations is this robot that copies what your hand is doing. With the help of leap motion and some good old Arduino, just make any hand gesture and this robot hand will copy you. And here are some of the other projects that we've done over the years. On the next table, we have boxes, but they're not just some boxes, they're gadgets. Right here, we have an electronic kit, a smart home kit, a vision kit, we have the leap motion, some virtual reality glasses, and the Oculus Go, which is another VR headset. Right in this corner, we have the workstation. Now I know it looks messy, but that's because this is where it gets done. And by it, I mean the wiring that you see in our hack workshops. Of course, it's always important to keep things organized. So we have separate drawers for different parts like breadboards, capacitors, LEDs, and other electrical parts. Finally, to stop our minds from being overworked, we have the chill zone. which is basically our foosball table. And that's our entire office. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this mini tour. Before you go, don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. It's at Make Smart Things for Instagram and Twitter, and it's The Assembly for YouTube and Facebook. With that, I'll let you go back to the workshop.
Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you. I hope you all are doing great. Welcome to another session by the Assembly, and this session is a very special session. Unlike our previous workshops, this session we are going to showcase some of our projects that we make here at the lab. So let's get straight into it. Let's start by talking about the Assembly. So the Assembly is basically a smart lab based out of N5 since December 2014, and it's been over 300 free workshops that we have conducted so far since 2014, and all these workshops are free for everyone to attend. Now these workshops are categorized into 3 different types of workshops: so hack workshops, code workshops, and data science workshops. Now hack workshops are the types of workshops that deal with embedded systems, IoT, hardware, Arduino, Raspberry Pi. All those kind of workshops come under this category. Now the code workshops, on the other hand, are solely software projects dealing with APIs, gamings, frameworks, gaming engines, apps, etc., all of that. Now finally we have a newer kind of category, which is the data science, and it relates to advanced topics relating to AI, machine learning, all that kind of stuff. And our target audience are students, professionals, and entrepreneurs. We focus on smart technology and its practical applications, and you can know more about us and join our forum, which is members.theassembly.ae. Also, don't forget to tag us on our social media. We are very active on our social media. We are there on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and obviously YouTube. So you can check out our previous workshops on YouTube, and also follow us on the other social media to get regular updates about when or what type of workshops we are doing. So yeah, let's start. So what are we showcasing today? So 2020 has been a very long year with lots of stuff, but we have kept it on ourselves to deliver weekly workshops as we have been doing. But obviously we had to move to online workshops, but we still did workshops every single week for you guys. So today we'll be showing you what are the projects, some of the projects that we did in the lab. So we'll start with the real-time face mask detection, the COVID-19, humanoid robotic arm, AI art, which is a very cool one, and then we have AI sign language interpreter, and you can go through the list by yourself here. So without wasting further time, let's just get straight into the project. So we'll start off with the real-time face mask detection. So let's go. Okay, so this is the first one. This is the real-time face mask detection model that you can see on your screens right now. I've got it running, and it detects with around 97 to 99% accuracy whether you are wearing a face mask or not. So if I get my mask down, it detects with a very high percentage that I am not wearing a mask, and it works even when you have a slight bit of angle to your face, your face is angled or something. So it runs on a deep learning. It was trained on a deep learning model, and it was trained on an image data set of around 20,000 plus images, and yeah, that's what it is. So it's very useful in the current scenario when you are detecting whether people are wearing masks or not. So this is very useful given the current situation. So yeah, let's move on to the next project now. So the next project is basically something that is built using this model itself. So we'll look into that in more detail when we get to that project. So yeah, let's get to the second one. Alright, so next off we have COVID-19. So this is a smart solution for universities and offices where students or people are required to have their body temperature taken, and as well as, so this automates the task of detecting whether a person has worn a face mask or if his body temperature is normal. So it's equipped with infrared body temperature sensors, the one that are there in the infrared guns that are used to measure the body temperature. So it uses the same concept of the person measuring the body temperature, but instead it automates that and eliminates human error, because most of the time what happens is the security guard doesn't even read the temperature properly, or does not even take the temperature properly. So this eliminates that. So how it starts off is it has an RFID card reader on the side, which you can just tap your student ID or your employee ID in that case, and it will automatically take it could be used to log your attendance as well. So then it starts the process. It turns on the camera, and then it detects if you're wearing a face mask, and if based on that reading it will take your body temperature, and if both turns out to be normal, like both the conditions turn out to be true, then only it will open up a relay, like it will open up a gate for you. So it will be connected to turnstile gate. For the demo purposes we have not done that, so it will be connected to a gate which will only allow you access into the premises if you have met the requirements, that is, you are wearing a face mask and your body temperature is normal. So let's see this in action. So yeah, and by the way, the entire casing and everything is also 3D printed. So we 3D printed everything. We made this out of scratch. So the box and everything that you see here, it's all 3D printed. So yeah, let's see it in action. Alright, so I've switched to VNC viewer so that you guys can easily see what's going on the Raspberry Pi. So now I'm actually, it's asked me to scan my student ID or employee ID for that matter. So I'll just tap the ID on the side of the thing, and it should probably show it turns on my camera, and okay, yeah, there we go. There's a bit of lag with the Raspberry Pi. Okay. So since I'm not wearing a mask, it says no mask, so maybe let me try wearing my mask first. Alright, now that I have my mask on, it shows me that okay, it detects my mask, and it also took my body temperature using the sensor, that infrared sensor that it had, and it says welcome and please proceed because you have a normal body temperature. So this is how this works, and yeah, in a normal world scenario it would be connected to a relay module or to control the opening or closing of a gate or anything of that sort. So yeah, that's how this works. Let's move to the next project.
So the next project is make art using AI. In this project we are making a painting. So we have a convolutional neural network in which we pass in two images. One is a content image and another is a style image. And basically we are painting the first image in the style of the second image. So here's the first image, which is the picture of a lion, which we will take the content from. And the next one is a painting from which we will take the style. So this is the final image that we get. And so that's how the project works.
So our next project is the AIY sign language classifier, and basically this project, it have been done of course by the AIY kit, and this kit is developed by Google. So what makes it special that this kit, it has a board, the AIY board, which is actually can run deep learning models in real time, so, and without any access to the internet. So it can actually detect faces, detect images, and it's all in real time without any access to the internet, and it actually produces the output right in front of you. And so basically the hand classifier that we are gonna demonstrate today, it can recognize 5 different signs. So we have the forward, we have the backward, and we have the right, and we have the left, and then we have the stop command. And all of that can be detected, like the face is first detected, and then it detects what's your hand signature, and accordingly it can change the color of LED and even display the output on the screen. So let's go now and let me show you how it works. So now we started it. We're just waiting for the camera. The camera is starting now. So as you can see, I can just start doing the sign. So this is the left sign, and when I do it, it should detect it and then start changing the LED accordingly, and even type on the screen. As you can see, the LED turned to purple. So basically, we have like many signs that it can detect. It can even detect this one. This is the backward. We have this one is the left. We have this one which is this is backward. Sorry, this is a stop. And we have this one which is forward, and there's other stuff, and this is left. So we have several signs that it can detect, and accordingly it types, and it even changes the color of it. Yeah, so this is how the AIY kit works. As you saw how it detected everything, and thank you so much.
So this is the KC Smart Helmet by the KC Wearables with image recognition and temperature reading abilities. So it has two cameras, the regular camera and the thermal camera. The thermal camera is responsible for reading the temperature of anyone. So as you can see, one of our guys walking around the room reading the temperature of various people over here and there. And the other camera, which is not on right now, is usually used for image reading and recognition, and it could be used by various firms for their own purposes. Right now it's not being used, but as you can see, there's a thermal feed going around in the background. So there's that. Thank you so much.
Alright, so next off we have the humanoid robotic arm. Now this is a very interesting project. So the entire arm was 3D printed. Everything that you can see on your screen right now is 3D printed. All these parts have been 3D printed, and it works on leap motion sensor. Now leap motion sensor helps it to detect the movements of the hand, and that is what the arm tries to mimic. So it has different servo motors and Arduino. It uses Arduino to control the motion of the hand. So let's see it in action. Okay, so let me run the code, and what happens next is the arm will try to mimic what I do with my hand. So here we go. So if I do this, it's actually mimicking what I'm doing with my hands, although you can't probably see what I'm doing with my hand, but it is mimicking my hand. So yeah, this is how it works. So it's a very interesting piece of technology that we have done, and this could be probably used somewhere else, like in medical fields or whatever. So this is a very nice project that we did.
Okay, so here we have our photo booth. So basically in the photo booth we will be just like taking images and printing them instantly. And for the photo booth we're using the Raspberry Pi just like to process the whole thing, and then we have the Raspberry Pi camera to capture the images, and we're using a thermal printer that is connected to the Raspberry Pi, and that one is the printer that's printing instantly. And yeah, that's basically it. So we've built the program over here. Let's see how it works. So yeah, as you can see guys, this is the screen and this is like our display. So we'll just click on capture, and then now we will just click on print to print our image. Okay, delete some. It's printing. Okay, so here's our image. So as you can see, this is me. This is the picture that we just took. It's not like the perfect image ever, but like that's what we took. So yeah, that's basically it, our photo booth. You can just take your image and get it printed right away. So thank you so much.
So this here is the car theremin. So this was one of the ideas based on the theremin musical instrument. This was made for JEDX 2019 last year, but over here is interesting invention. So basically it's powered by an Arduino with two time-of-flight sensors. One controls the intensity and the other controls the color. And together they act in synchrony to produce this beautiful visual effect using the LED strips in the background. So if I move my hand here, it shows something of a higher intensity, but if I keep it higher and I move it, it brings up something of a lower intensity. And while I move my hand over here, it changes the color. So together with the movement of my right hand and the movement of my left hand, it brings about this beautiful visual effect. That's it.
And finally, we have Now, which is a humanoid robot manufactured by Softbank Robotics. It consists of sensors and actuators for a broad range of movements with 25 degrees of freedom. Some of its other features include 7 touch sensors located on the head, hand, and feet, sonars and an inertial unit to observe its environment and locate itself in space. It also has 4 directional microphones and speakers to interact with humans, and speech recognition and dialogue available in 20 different languages. Now it's programmable through open interface, and further features can be added using its software. Now, let's see Now in action. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm super good. Thank you.
Can you sing?
I don't know many songs yet, but yes. Do you want me to sing something?
Yes, I want you to sing.
All right. That's it.
That was amazing. Can you dance?
I can dance head, shoulders, dance. Mr. Funk dance. Vangelis dance.
Just dance.
Okay.
Shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, toes, eyes, ears, mouth, nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes.
So that's it. That was great Now. So that's it for today's video. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys like our content, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And that's it. Thank you all for watching and hope to see you again next week.